Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited because we are going to be addressing one of the things you guys have asked me about tons. There is one specific item that I have been using in my kitchen setup for quite some time, and you guys have asked me time and time again, where do I find one of those? How can I get one of those? And do they make anything else? So today I'm going to tackle all those questions while also showing you a few things that we can make inside the RidgeMonkey. Now I'm still working on a few projects in the van, so it's a little crazy looking, but this is the guy in question right here. This is the RidgeMonkey that I currently have, that I've been using for all of my adventures. See how tiny it is? It's little bitty and perfect for my van. This RidgeMonkey right here is the one cooking device which I have time and time again said is hands down the best investment that I have put into my kitchen setup since starting to travel in a van. In fact, I can cook just about everything that I want to in this, and it cooks very evenly. Now, for those of you who have never seen one of these before, I'll show you what it looks like outside of the little pouch that it comes in. It's really nifty, and I have a cool story as to how I originally found this, and I'll tell you that in a minute. Okay, as we take this out, you'll notice it is absolutely tiny. It's only about the size of my hand itself, so about the size of a sandwich. You can probably see from mine, it gets a lot of use, so it's kind of getting a little bit discolored, but it still works just fine. This is what the pattern on the back looks like. This actually helps it to not slip while you're cooking, but when we open it up, that's where the real magic happens. You'll see this little tray inside. This is really nice. In fact, the cool thing about this little tray is it actually pops out, and as you can see, there are utensils on one side and handles on the other. We'll go ahead and just pull this out and pop off these handles so I can show you how exactly it works. Now, these are kind of nice because you'll notice on the end right here, there are little magnets. So whenever it closes, it clasps into place, thus keeping it closed how it's supposed to. Unlike a lot of the sandwich presses that tend to open up randomly and have things seeping out, this actually prevents that from happening, and it's a very strong magnet. Now, in order to put these in, all we do is just push down the button and squish them down into place, and then they snap in and they're good to go. So we would do that with both of these. And after we do, it looks something like this. It's just a really nice skillet that fully closes so your food can cook super, super evenly. Now, this one, again, tiny, tiny. I absolutely love it, but it does have a few limitations because it is so tiny. So while it is perfect for me to cook for myself, cooking for others is a little harder and takes a little bit more planning with this guy. Oh, but wait, that is where this guy comes in, my brand new RidgeMonkey. I loved it so much that I scoured the entire internet looking for a vendor that would import this to the United States. And finally, I have the big one. And I'm gonna share it with you guys and then also provide a link below as to where you can find one of these also. Now again, there's a few little things that go with getting this, but I'll touch on that in a minute too. Let's go on and open this up real quick and see what it looks like. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, here it comes. Ooh. Nice. Now, this did come in the regular mail and it took a while to get here. So we'll go over all the technical specs in just a little bit. But look at this. Look at this size. Now, of course, I'm going to be doing a side-by-side comparison in just a moment after we get this thing fully assembled. But it's like 4 times the size of the little bitty one that I had previous. So, I'm cooking for friends now. I'm cooking for friends now. And I love that because as I gather with my friends at camp, it's really nice to be able to sit down and just every so often prepare food with friends or for friends. Okay, so the exact name on this one is the RidgeMonkey Connect Combi and Steamer set. So it's a little bit different than the smaller one, not just in size, but also in features. It has the steamer tray, which we will be trying out. Maybe today, maybe on a different video, I'm not sure yet. I've got to figure out what all I want to cook. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But this guy right here also has a small recipe book included, and of course the removable handles and the steamer tray. So whenever we open this up in a minute, that all should be inside of the RidgeMonkey itself. So let's find out if it is. Let's open and ooh, look at that. Now, something else that makes this one a little bit different is it has the divided trays up here versus the other one, which is just a standard tray. So here are our handles, and this is the steamer tray. I think I opened this upside down though. Oh no! Let's just do a quick flipsy real quick. Whoop! There we go. And oh, there's all of our paperwork also. We're gonna make sure that we hang on to this because one of these is actually our recipe ideas book and the other one is information about our device. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these inside of the box so we can keep up with them. Okay, now that we did that, the steamer tray just pops out nice. This is a pretty large steamer tray, so we could easily put 4 small chicken breasts on this and steam them if we wanted to, or anything else pretty much. So that's kind of cool. I like that feature, but you don't have to use that every single time you cook. You can just use the pan also. Again, we're gonna go ahead and put the handles on so we can kind of get a size comparison. This comes in a nice neoprene pouch so that they can fit inside of the RidgeMonkey without scuffing it up on the interior space. I really like that. These are some nice beefy handles and they actually have a release on this one as opposed to a button, so that's kind of cool. I like that upgrade feature. So let's go ahead and slide it on, I guess. Let's see, right here, and we pull back and slide in, I assume. Yep, that was it. That was so simple right there. And I'm tugging on it. It's not coming out, so that's awesome. But let's go ahead and see how hard it is to remove it. I'm gonna hold it and stabilize it. And then just a little wiggle and there it is, it's off. Cool. Okay, so here is the true story of the difference between these two RidgeMonkeys. Here is the one we started out with. This one is perfect, this one is wonderful, this one is the most amazing size ever for portions for one. This is the new guy. Oh my goodness! It's huge! It's so huge! I mean, look at this. What? What? This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna be able to cook so much food now. And not only that, but because of those little portioned container areas, we can cook multiple kinds of food at the same time, which I couldn't do with this guy. I'd have to cook one thing, take it out, and then cook the next thing. So this is gonna be a super convenient item. And now it's time for us to do some experimenting. Experimentation is about to be super fun because it's gonna involve some yummy, nummy, in my tummy kind of food, and this guy. All silliness aside, let me show you one other feature that both of them do actually have that I really like. Now, this can be used as a single combined thing where you can cook and get that even cooking all over, or you can use it as 2 separate pans. And the way you do that is right here, you'll notice on the side there's a little channel, and you just lift up and find where that channel is, and then you can just do that. Isn't that nice? I also really like this because it makes cleanup so much easier. Typically, after I've let them cool off, I just pop them apart and I give a nice scrub over to both sides and then pop it back together and put it away. Okay guys, let me tell you a little bit of a story as to how I discovered this particular kitchen item before we actually start cooking. I was watching, as we do on YouTube, one of the many van channels, and because I have an NV200, there weren't a lot of van videos for NV200s currently at that time on YouTube. So I kind of was just going through and trying to find something I could relate to with my van, and I found a bunch of UK channels. One in particular is Life is Too Short. Ken and Carol are amazing, but I noticed something kind of fun while I was watching their channel. They have a RidgeMonkey. As I watched on in awe, I noticed how easy it was for them to cook meals for 2 people in their van using a very minimal amount of things. The RidgeMonkey made it possible for them to cook things in basically like a 1-pot setting, and I loved that. So I thought, oh, I need one of those because this was, again, very early in my NV200 van journey. I had previously been tent camping and I had a whole setup for that, but some of those things weren't necessarily the best for being in a van. Naturally, my Google fingers went on overload, looking everywhere to try to find the exact one that they had. And unfortunately, this is a brand that is super, super popular, but in the UK. They don't have them in the United States yet. Apparently they're working on getting here, but they're not here just yet. So what do? Well, I didn't give up. Instead, I kept looking and looking and looking, and days turned into weeks and turned into more than 1 month. And finally, I found a vendor who would import one to the United States. When I finally found it, I initially thought that I had struck gold, and I was on there ordering away, knowing good and well I was gonna have to pay an import fee. But I was okay with that because I'd been searching for so long for it, and I just couldn't wait. Now, it wasn't the exact one that Ken and Carol had. Theirs was the larger one, but I was willing to settle for the smaller one because it's just me in the van, and I thought, okay, this will work. And boy, has it. Oh my goodness, I have loved it ever since. Now, it did take me about 1.5 months to get this in after ordering it, but I waited patiently the entire time, and on the day that the mail came, I was out doing spirit fingers, getting so excited because I knew this was about to change the way I cooked in my van. And sure enough, it has. And it still continues to. And because I love it so much, I got the bigger one. I finally found the bigger one. And since I've started using it, I have cooked all sorts of foods in it. Everything from typical like potatoes and meat products and things like that, all the way up to I figured out how to make pizza in it. Yes! Super, super excited to be able to have pizza on the road. Now, with that, I would have to have very small pizza pieces and cook them in stages because it was small, but with this guy I can just throw a whole mini pizza in it and it's good. Now obviously if I hadn't have figured this out, I would never be able to have pizza unless I just ordered it from somewhere, picked it up, and then went to town in my van. But knowing this, it literally does mean that the world is filled with possibilities. So today, I think that for our little cooking demo with the new RidgeMonkey, we're gonna focus on one of the foods that also I thought I wouldn't be able to have fresh. Today, we're going to make popcorn. In fact, one of my favorite things to do at a day that I'm just chilling at camp is to pop open my DVD player and turn on a good movie and just relax. But one thing has always been missing from that, and that is the hot amazingness of popcorn. I mean, I can go buy it in a bag and that's great, but then I have to haul around this bag of popcorn and eat it faster than I probably want to because I don't want it to go stale. But what if I could pop a single portion for myself at camp that is perfect, and I can season it however I want? Can we do that? I think we can. Let's try it out. Okay guys, to start this off, my stove is a bit dirty because the last time I used it, it started raining as I was trying to put it away. So I'll probably need to do some cleaning on that, but otherwise it'll work just the same. I'm gonna get out my windscreen also because it's pretty windy out here today, and this just always helps me a little bit with keeping the flame going. So that's up and ready to go. Next up, I'm going to make sure that I get my RidgeMonkey out. Here it is, and just gonna set it down on top of the stove, and we're gonna make sure that we have our fuel locked in. Now, I did see that I need some kind of oil to go in here, so I always keep olive oil, and I'm gonna just sprinkle it liberally. Now, this is one of my little containers that I absolutely love right here. This thing is awesome. It is silicone, so it keeps everything in there without shattering, but also I can carry a pretty decent amount of product in there. Okay, so for this, we're going to actually flip it where the base side is right here, and I'm gonna have to fix that windscreen in just a second. But then we're going to just sprinkle pretty liberally in there, cover the bottom, and then we'll put this away. Okay, next up we have popcorn. And I went ahead and just picked up some Great Value popcorn. It's actually a much better deal to get the Great Value than it was to get the Orville Redenbacher. So I picked up a huge bag for the cost that normally you would spend on a tiny bag. So here is this. It does have a pull tab, so we'll see if that actually works. Sometimes on the cheaper packaging, it does not. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna just sprinkle maybe a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So let's see if it works on the closing. It does! It works, guys, yay! Okay, now we're going to close this, fix our windscreen, and turn on our fire. Now, there we go. We're gonna center it. Now I do like that this one, because it's larger, doesn't topple over as easily. The other one was a bit small for this burner, so I would have to really watch it, but this is a little bit better. Now, according to what I was looking at whenever you're cooking popcorn over a fire like this, we're waiting until we can hear the kernels pop, and there's a gap between them of about 5 to 10 seconds. That means it's done. So we'll check it when it gets to that point. Okay, we're having some sizzle now. We're having a little bit of sizzle. Oh, we're about to get some popping. Now this is probably gonna scare me a little bit when it actually goes pop, but that's okay, that's okay. Can you hear it? We have popcorn, we're making popcorn. Oh my goodness. Oh, and it smells so good. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. I am also hearing a few little sizzles. I may have put too much oil. I'm not sure. We'll use this as our trial by literal fire on this one. Definitely gonna check it right now because I'm getting the whiff of potential burn just a little bit. Let's look. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, that's good. That is so good. We're gonna close it and turn it off. Okay, so now that we've turned it off, let's open it up. Oh, it's still active. It's still very active. Look at that though, that looks delicious. Now for this, I didn't use any kind of butter for seasoning. You could if you wanted to. You could actually buy the liquid butter too if you wanted to, but instead I have something else. I am going to be using this Colonel Seasons white cheddar popcorn seasoning today. I really like these because they come in a variety of different flavors, and all of them are pretty good. So I like white cheddar, so this is where we're going with it today, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to add the seasoning. Now I could just open this up and sprinkle it directly on, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to scoop the popcorn into one of my little plastic bags, and then I'm going to add the seasoning and shake it up really good so it's a more even coating. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake my booty. Ooh. I have to go add some more popcorn to this, but I wanted to try it out to make sure my method worked first, but it definitely does. Popcorn's looking good in there. And we're shaking. Yes! This is exciting. Okay, we shook it up. Now it's time for us to have a little taste test. Now, this was the popcorn that I made, and I'm looking at it, and there are a few pieces that I did burn. But trial and error, right? Today was our first experiment with doing this, and I think we did a pretty good job all together of creating popcorn in our RidgeMonkey. Something I didn't think I could do before, and we definitely did. So now, taste test time. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. Oh, it smells like the movie theater, and I am so excited. Let's try it. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. Now, I used olive oil as opposed to regular oil, so it has a very distinct olive oily flavor, but I really like that. The white cheddar. The white cheddar knocks it out of the park. Definitely delicious. All I need now is my DVD player and a good movie, and I am set. Oh my goodness, I can entertain friends now with popcorn. And if I really get creative, I could also melt chocolate on it. I could put caramel sauce on it and make dessert popcorn. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this, and also the RidgeMonkey. Now when it comes to cleanup, the first thing that I always do is I grab a paper towel, and usually I only need one of these. This is a little bigger, so let's see if one will do it. It's a non-stick surface, so this just gets any kind of the outward residue off of it, and then I can actually go and wash it like a regular dish. But I like to do this because it just, first of all, mitigates me having to use quite as much water to wash larger items such as my cooking appliances, but also this is going to get any of the grease and stuff where I can safely dispose of it and not clog up the world with grease outwardly in it. Ew. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble the RidgeMonkey and then also clean up my kitchen, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, now that that's all done, let me talk to you a tiny bit more about the RidgeMonkey, and that way you can kind of have all the information in case you are interested, because I finally found a link for you guys directly from the UK. I make nothing off of this. I just really love the product, so I wanted to share it with you. Now, with that said, currently, because the world is a little weird, imports take longer and they are a bit more expensive. Whenever I picked up this second one right here, I did not pay near what you will end up paying for it right at this very moment. So if you aren't in an immediate rush to get this, put it in your cart and then watch, because the world is changing every single day and eventually it will come down. Otherwise you're gonna be biting a pretty hefty bullet to import this bad boy right now. Now, in my opinion, is it worth it? Absolutely. I would import this at the current cost, no problem, and feel really confident about it because I like it that much. But each person's priorities and budget are a little bit different, so don't feel pressured just because I did a video about it to go and click the link and spend the extra money. I love it. I do, I really do. But at the same time, if you think it's high, I completely understand. Let's go over again what's inside the box. You do get a recipe booklet. It's a small one, but they do have some great recipes in there. You have the steamer tray, the 2 removable handles, and the neoprene case. The RidgeMonkey itself does not have a case. That would be the one thing I would say is a negative for me personally, just because my other one, I like it so much because it keeps it from getting banged up. But this thing is huge, so I understand why. It'd probably be a little bit harder to do that. Now, on the back side, it goes into a little bit more of the details. It says here there is 1 flat bottom frying pan, 1 4-space section multi-purpose pan, because those can be used separate without closing them together. So that is technically 2 pans right there. And then it turns into the 3rd pan by using it all together. It is made of lightweight aluminum. It is the gunmetal gray finish that I picked up, and it has a very interesting non-stick coating. Now, this non-stick coating, I have never had anything stick to it, period, no matter what I have cooked. So it is very legit. Also, it does have the detachable hinges and the removable handles, which are very nice. And do you guys see this little QR code on the bottom? You know I love a good QR code. So all you have to do is hover over this with your phone and it will take you to the RidgeMonkey site, where they will not only tell you a little bit more about this pan, but also you can find some of the videos from various experts in the UK creating different kinds of amazing things. And I'll just tell you, if you're on YouTube and you look up RidgeMonkey recipes, It's gonna make your mouth just water. Just trust me on this one. Again, guys, I hope you have enjoyed coming along with me on this little RidgeMonkey journey that we've gone on today. I just was so excited that this finally came in the mail that I had to share it with you guys, because I know a lot of you have been very interested in my smaller RidgeMonkey and made numerous comments. How can I find this? How can I get it? Well, the link that I have provided below not only has this one, but they do have the smaller one also. And the import on that one is a little bit more, you know, reasonable. But all in all, I love this thing and I'm so excited because it has opened up so many new possibilities, even well beyond what I was already doing. Making popcorn, larger portions, being able to have various things that I'm cooking at the same time. Game changer on the road for me. And I'm glad that you all were here with me for this. Now, I am going to be showing you some more of the cool things that I cook in the future. I have some really great recipes already kind of pulled over to the side that I will be trying out because now I can, and I'm so happy. Thanks again, guys, for coming along with me for my journey of cooking with the RidgeMonkey. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have anything you would like to see me cook inside this bad boy, let me know in the comments below. I always love a good recipe, and I'm always on the search for something yummy. Until next time, guys, bye!